That belief is not this cerebral place that we're like, well, I am now understanding like 1 + 2 + 3, and it just makes sense. It doesn't make sense. Like infinity does not make sense. Someone that's created cannot understand the creator. So it doesn't make sense. And therefore it requires of us to bypass or to transcend our cerebral mind in order to draw from that artistic space, which is found within each and every one of us. We all have this creator within us. We're all creators. We're all artists in a sense, right? That are able to, really draw down something above nature. So the next understanding of what Oman means is it means to practice, because Emunah means to, like Oman, like you have a personal trainer almost. It means to practice, because for some people it's natural, but for others, you need to like go back and you need to practice and work hard at something in order to really make it yours, to make it a reality. Because Emunah, as we're going to learn, as we're going to get, it just requires us to practice. And sometimes it takes faking it until you make it, because not all of us believe, really just, right off the bat, like, yeah, I'm having an Emunah filled day. We don't have an Emunah filled day. Sometimes we feel very, very lousy and very, groggy. And we're like, I don't feel like having any Emunah, but sometimes we have to practice it and we have to fake it until we make it. And then the third level, and we're going to be unpacking these concepts like in greater depth throughout the week. But the third concept is adopt. Like when you adopt a child, it's called Oman. Like you take a child and you are now adopting them. That child is now your child. And sometimes when we really don't feel it, so then the best way to go about it is like, it's even beyond practicing. It's like you really have to just adopt something and like go to an extreme of living within faith, living within Emunah, like really just adopting a practice, something which may be completely even foreign to you in your life. So there's a very, very beautiful saying over here from Reb Tzadok HaKohen of Lublin, one of the Hasidic masters. He says, just as it is a commandment, a mitzvah, to believe in God, it is a mitzvah, is a commandment to believe in yourself. And I think that that's so important and so powerful, because when we talk about Emunah, we talk about a belief in God, we are really also we're talking about a belief in ourselves. Because when we believe in God and we strengthen that muscle of belief in Hashem, we really strengthen that muscle of belief within ourselves, because we are a portion of God. Our soul is a portion of Him. And when we believe in Him, then we also believe in ourselves. And the same thing applies to trust. When we have trust in God, we also have trust in ourselves. When we have trust in ourselves, it's not a contradiction to saying, well, maybe I don't have enough trust in God. No, when we really trust ourselves, we allow ourselves, that benefit of like, I know that I've got this. It's not haughtiness. When I know that I am capable of doing this, I have that deep-seated trust within myself, that deep-seated emunah, belief within myself, then that means that my emunah, my trust in God, is that much stronger. And both of them go hand in hand. Having a deeper belief in myself and who I am, that I'm a godly soul, I'm a beautiful godly soul. Each and every one of us we're born with a beautiful, divine, godly soul. That is a portion of Him. It's a portion of God. And when we strengthen that divine soul of ours and its connection to its source, to its root, then we are really identifying with who we really are. We're more connected to ourselves, truly. Whereas, when we go about our day and we're like, well, maybe I'm my 1,000 thoughts that I have in my mind, or maybe I'm the failures that I've, proven that I am, throughout the years, or maybe, and without a deep belief, then we cannot transcend. In fact, the whole 12-step program that I'm sure most of you know, that what is the 12-step program really built on, to take alcoholics or any addicts, go through 12-step program. What is the main premise of the program? A belief in God. A belief in God. Because if you are an addict, not any of you, but I'm saying if one is going through any addiction, and by the way, we all are addicts in our own way. Obviously, it's not on an extreme, but we all have our addictions to whatever it is. And to get out of that space of being stuck and being very deeply entrenched in that addiction, it is impossible to do by the rational therapy that maybe a therapist will just say, you shouldn't be doing that. This isn't a good practice for you. You're damaging yourself. You're doing this and that to yourself. This addict is going to say, I have no idea what you're even talking about. I can't understand you, because my subconscious mind only knows this. And in order to bypass the subconscious mind, it is the only way to do this is by going to that belief that there is a creator,